Hey everybody, Dave, the WA5L local job recruiter here. Today we're talking about a new announcement that's coming to me on Thursday the 15th. It's not even official in my computer yet, but I know it's going to happen. I got a massive contractor. They sorted me out with a bunch of jobs to fill before, and I filled a bunch of them. And they're probably going to be doing the same these machines I'm about to put up on here. So how to apply, I'm going to talk about while I'm doing this. Updated CV. Do not send me an old one. I will just delete it and I might circle back to you later. If you know me and you know my channel, updated CVs are the only way to go. These guys on the last job needed about 7 777 operators. So I'm suspecting they're going to want some 777 dump truck operators again. Last time they had 980 loaders. Owen, I'm looking at you on this one. No, I'm just going to put loaders. I'm going to guess it's 980. Could be 988. Could be 930s. Don't know. Loaders. But we'll be loading up 777, so probably reckon 980s. After that, we're going to need Moxie operators. Surprise, surprise. Everybody thinks they're a Moxie operator. Let's go with roller ops. Last time they needed 3 and I sorted out one of those. Vibratory, smooth, pad foot, all the stuff. You got to know what you're doing. It's a pretty responsible job. Water cart. Last time they needed, I've got my information down here. Last time they only needed 2. And another type of loaders, they were loading out train carriages there. I suspect, because I got a gist on what the job's going to be, I suspect they're going to need some grader ops as well. So, from my good general knowledge and knowing what happened last time, I'm going to predict 10 to 15 rigid haul truck operators. Moxie articulated 777s and whatnot. Rigid. So if you've got the ticket for the Moxie, don't call yourself a rigid haul truck operator in my world. Loaders 980, you have a ticket for that because that's very dangerous and very responsible job. Roller ops, great to have a ticket for that. Experience is king. Water cart, HR license, I know you needed a HR for that. And that. And that. And I think you needed a HR, yeah, you needed a HR for that. It was only the roller that you didn't need a HR for last time. I don't even know the location and the swing and the pay rate yet, but I want to be ahead of everybody else in town because the big contractor is going to send this information out to me and other recruitment agencies on the 15th, and that's Thursday the 15th of May. I don't know if you noticed, but I try a bit harder than everybody else because I'm a tryhard. Grader ops, there's likely to be probably a 14 or a 16 H&M, so piano keys versus whatnot, joysticks. Alright, how to apply. Updated CV. If you send me not an updated CV, I'm just going to delete it. So, Australian issued driver's license. I'm not even going to write it. Listen to the video. Australian issued driver's license. HR gets you places. These ones here. That was last time. White card, super important to show you've been trained about safety, stuff like that. Working rights. A lot of my Moxie operators are always from another country, which is fine, and you need to supply your working rights in the way of your visa, your passport, and your Vivo check. So Australian and New Zealand residents and citizens for tax purposes also need to prove their working rights. If you've got first aid, highly regarded, I'll mention it in the submission. If you've got first fire attack, another safety thing, highly regarded, like to mention it in the submission. Things like that. Let me just check my little piece of paper here. You need to go for a pre-employment medical, which will be at our cost. We need to send you off for a drug and alcohol test. So if you know you're going to fail it, don't apply. After that, we don't know the site. You might need to be BHP inducted. We'll figure that out. And you need some references, contactable references. Had a dude send me references that were in another time zone in another hemisphere. very hard to get hold of. Surprise, surprise, couldn't get him the job in the end. Then we're going to size you up for some PPE, and then we're going to put you on a plane. Only problem is we don't know where, and we don't know the pay rates yet. But I just want to be ahead of everyone else because this is good for business. And that's good for experience. Experience is king. Update your CV now, before the Thursday the 15th. If you try and call me on Thursday the 15th of May 2025, I'm going to be flat out. So definitely get ready. I will put my email address in the first comment underneath this. And you can send your paperwork in early. If you don't send me the whole lot, I'm going to slide it to the side and I'm going to find people who followed the instructions and sent me as much as possible. Had a focused application showing relevant experience. Here's some models here. Moxie could be a Volvo A40, could be the Cat 7. What are they called? 740. 740 Cat. 980 low. That's very likely to be that. I don't think it'd be much bigger than that. That's got to reach over the top of one of those. And you'll also be loading up probably HR trucks. Owen, I'm looking at you. Rigid haul trucks, that's probably going to be it. They're not tiny, but they're not the biggest in town. Rollers, I don't really know my roller models, but I like to learn because I always listen to my people, and yeah, there's cool rollers out there. I don't know the models. Water cart's going to be either a Moxie fitted with a water tank, so you need a Moxie ticket if it's an articulated water cart, or if it's a HR truck, rigid truck, you're going to need a HR license. And the grader's very likely to be the 14, 16M. I don't think they'll be 24s and whatnot. So that's cool. Updated CV, eye of the tiger, make it happen, full working rights, valid driver's license. The tip for young players about supplying a driver's license is the front and the back. And this company here also wanted a colour copy last time, so I had to ping a few people on that. Sorry about that. Paperwork gets you the job, experience is king.